Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Square-Enix Marvel Universe variant Play Arts Kai Captain America. Designed by Hitoshi Kondo, this is a new line, well, not relatively new because we've had Spider-Man stuff released before, but this is a relatively new figure of Captain America in the Play Arts Kai release. Spot picked this up from the folks over at Entertainment Earth, where actually I've picked up a couple of Square-Enix Play Arts Kai figures from in the past, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting this guy out of packaging. The front of the package kind of gives you a almost kind of sketched anime look to the cap on the front there. There's kind of a fiery scenery that it seems to be walking through. I like that it looks like it's been sketched. I think that's really a neat touch. You kind of almost can see too that there's stars or the appearance of somewhat of a star deco on his legs too. As for the side of the package, we'll just flip the box around there. We've got Marvel Universe variant Play Arts action figure. And on the back, shows you the figure in hand with the shield on his back. A couple of different poses that you can put him in as well. Down below, you can go over also to Square-Enix, check out some of the stuff that they're producing. But just before we open this up, one of the other cool things with a lot of these Square-Enix Play Arts Kai figures is that you can also open up the flap on the front box here. And it gives you the figure, the shield, and some of the other accessories. He's got a couple of interchangeable hands available, as well as a considerable read-up. Far-reaching evils and oppressive forces seek to bend the world to their will, and it seems the world has never before faced such insurmountable odds. However, the universe is yet populated with powerful individuals who uphold the great mantle of responsibility laying on their shoulders by the strength. In times of great peril, heroes always rise to the call. They answer the cries for justice, defend the defenseless, and avenge the wrong. Whether descending from realms beyond, accepting an unexpected genetic gift, or forging their own identity, this pantheon of heroes is vast and splendid. This is the world of Marvel Universe. It also gives you a read-up down below of Steve Rogers and Captain America. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, however, we're going to get a better look at the Square-Enix Play Arts Kai, variant Play Arts Kai figure of Captain America. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. First thing we'll have a look at with Captain America, he comes with the same clear, almost clear display stand that we've seen with other Play Arts Kai figure releases. It is adjustable, so you can take the neck off here, which is pegged in, so sometimes it's a little problematic to get off, but you can take it off and adjust it depending on how you want to have the cap displayed. You can also take off the neck and peg it into the center. Again, there's a couple of different options available. You can adjust the waist clip here. This also rotates. Harley Quinn, for example, when I still actually have her on display, I kind of just have her displayed with the baseball bat, kind of just a regular stance. I think Captain America, I would want to make him a little bit more heroic with his stance, something a little more stoic, especially when you start incorporating the shield, which we will look at in a second. So let's actually just move the display stand out of the way for the time being. And let's have a look at the figure itself. It's different. And I don't mean different in necessarily a bad way. It's different that Play Arts Kai, in the way Play Arts Kai figures are presented. It's never quite a faithful recreation of the character, like if he's in a movie. I find like the movie figures seem to translate more exact, but when they start going off with the like the Marvel figures, for example, like Spider-Man, Captain America here, he's very different. Again, not different in a bad way. He's just very different than the regular Cap that we've seen before. Having a look at his face, let's bring the camera up here and bring the camera in. The armor almost, well, that's the best way actually to word it. The armor, Captain America's suit, does give more of a vibe of like a futuristic style of armor. His face, I wouldn't necessarily peg it as a Captain America face. but certainly the helmet, if you want to call it his helmet, does convey the feeling of Captain America. What's interesting though is that the A, as opposed to being higher up, the stem or the sides of the A, they have carried further down into the eye area where the openings of the eyes are. The eyes have enough personality to them, and certainly the face conveys a sense of life to it. Like it's got a very refreshing, kind of a very pale skin, I guess, to some extent, but it still has a very living looking. It doesn't look like he is very pale in complexion, where he looks almost like artificial, if that's the best way to describe it. I do really like the helmet though. Something also that's a little jarring is also that the wings on the sides wrap themselves to the back of the helmet. And normally Cap's ears would probably stop out around there, but they actually wrap all the way around, almost all the way around, except for of course the section on the back. Other things that also carry over on Captain America, he still has the same tried and true red, white, and blue suit, which doesn't look like it departs itself too much, other than just really looking like it's got a lot of armor plates to it. The shoulders, the front torso section, it really looks like it's made of sectional. It looks like, not quite certainly, but it looks like the Nolan Universe Batman, like Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. It looks like that sort of suit where it looks like it would be made up of smaller little armor plates. In the lower torso, in the legs as well, which is also, when we were looking at the box art, I said that the legs almost look like stars. They do have a shape of a star in his lower leg, or the lower thigh area. His boots also have a more mechanical look to them. It almost looks like, as well, it looks like an Iron Man suit that would have been designed for Captain America. But I like it. I like it. Normally, there's been some iffy designs from the Play Arts Kai stuff where it got, I think, a little too far off. Like Joker, I think, was a little iffy. I think there was also a Thor that looked a little questionable. Spider-Man was interesting enough. This actually I put into the realm of I like the suit. It looks really good. It looks really cool. He does have his shield, as we've already touched base on. His shield is right here. And we'll just put the figure down for a second. So let's bring the camera down. There we go. He does come with his shield, which again has that kind of mechanical, more again like an armor-plated shield as opposed to a smooth shield. He has a hole on the back, which hopefully Iron Man or Cap will stand properly here, because he does also come with this little peg. You take the peg and attach it to the back here, just like that. And then what you can do is take the figure, flip it around, and there's a hole just on the back. Take the hole, put the plug in the hole, and you can have Cap holding his shield like that. What you can also do too, take the shield off, there is a plate on his arm that you can pull completely off. He comes with a swappable similar part of his glove. Now you'll notice though that it has a hole in it. What you can then do is attach that, and that same peg that attached to his back, take the peg now and attach it to his arm, just like that. And you can have Cap holding his shield. What you can also do too is he does have a handle if you want to have Cap holding the shield by a handle as well. Same idea, you just take that off, pop this off, pull the plug off here, pop the handle with the, there we go, and you can also have him holding the shield as well. Again, depending on whatever preference that you want. The shield just has a fantastic kind of cranberry metallic deco. The white is, well, the silver here is a little more muted in color. A nice big pointed star on the front there. The beautiful looking shield. if again, like you kind of can depart yourself from it not looking more like a traditional Captain America shield, same in the same vein that this is not a traditional Captain America suit. Just put that to the side. Other things we can talk about on the suit itself, he does still carry over the blue, the white, and the red. Now the white isn't so much a bright white, especially when you look at the areas of his torso. It seems to be more of a darker, lighter gray or dingier white, which also carries over to the inner areas of his gloves, or the inner areas of his arms area there. One thing I always notice about Play Arts Kai figures, the ones that I have picked up, is that you can spend a lot of time looking at them. When you start moving limbs and you start moving areas of the armor, in this case on Captain America, you see a lot of stuff going on. Little intricate, little sculpted areas. Areas even like around the arms. Again, that back plated torso on his armor. It's a phenomenal looking piece. I was actually a little iffy when I first saw initial production photos of what Captain America was going to look like in a Play Arts Kai release. I gotta be honest with you, I looked at them like, I'm not sure how well that's going to translate in figure. Like, it looked a little too armor plated for me. But now that I actually have it in hand, I think it turned out really good. Like the boots on the front are more of an orangey red. They don't quite match to that of the torso. It has the same coloring on the side gauntlets that don't quite match to the torso. There's a lot of layered color, layered purple with the darker blue. And then he's got like the gray, almost like a bluish gray, dark bluish gray, makes up his lower torso and on the inner areas of his legs that aren't plated with the armor. Captain America also comes with a series of interchangeable hands. He has some saluting hands. And he also has a gripping hand or a partially closed hand. He's also got more of a gestured hand as well. And then there is, let me just get Captain America to stand, because the only problem I had with this figure is getting his hinge joints on his ankles to properly stand. There is a little, see if I can find it here. There's a section on the shield where you can get his hand. It's a little difficult actually to get it on there. But you can get his hand into the shield and it can peg. There's these little slots right here and they can peg themselves into the notches of the shield. It's not an easy thing, but you can get the hand kind of wedged in there and that can peg into the top. And that's what it looks like when you get the hand pegged into place. You really have to fight to get the thumb in between where you don't feel like you're accidentally going to be breaking the thumb off. And what you can do is grab Cap's hand, just pop it off the hinge joint like that. Slide on the new hand. There we go. And then you can have Cap as if he's winding out to throw his shield, which I think is a really cool look to have him in. Let's get the hand right off here. Try not to take the joint completely with it either. There we go. Let's return his fisted hand. Now when it comes to Cap's posability, as you would probably expect for this being a Play Arts Kai figure, he does have a lot. His head is on an interesting ball joint. Now there's three technically ball joints. There's a ball joint that sits in the base of the head, which hopefully you can see. He's got a secondary ball joint that attaches to the stem of the neck, so there's two there. But then he's got a third ball joint that attaches to the base of the neck as well. Between those, you can get some stoic poses, you can get a lot of action poses with Cap here. His shoulders on ratcheted hinge joints. A little limited, unfortunately, when you want to move the arm forward. What you want to need to do is you need to kind of pull the arm out just a little bit so you can clear the front plate of his armor. Without that, you will see it does butt up against the front plate. He does have a swivel point in the bicep, nice ratcheted joint in the forearm, which also rotates that forearm area. Is a rotation and hinge also in the hand. Upper torso ball joint. He's got a lower torso ball joint. And then a nice ratcheted joint on the legs. A swivel cut right above the star, which I like how that's been concealed by the star. He's got a hinge in the knee. And he's also got a ratcheted ankle pivot foot. I have to admit, honestly, when I first saw pictures of this figure, again, I really wasn't too keen on the design of him. A Flash is another good example of a Play Arts Kai figure I was a little iffy on the fence about. But now that I actually have Captain America in hand, he really turned out to be an exceptional figure. He's a good example of the tried and true multiple layers of paint that Play Arts Kai seem to do with their releases. He looks enough like Captain America while still kind of giving their interpretation of what their cap should look like. But I mean, you can still look at it and you know it's Captain America. It's not awfully enough like where it's not too odd. You're looking at it and you're like, I can't quite place this character. No, you look at it and you know it's Captain America. It's just Captain America with a bit of a spin on him. Today's collectible spot, we were having a look at the Square-Enix Play Arts Kai. This was the Marvel Universe Captain America. Again, if you guys are interested in picking this guy up for yourself, you can head over to Entertainment Earth, where Spot picked this guy up, as well as the Harlequin that we had a look at before. They got a ton of different collectibles available. I'll put the link certainly down below. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.